read somewhere a complaint that someone had. I don't necessarily want to tell you complaint, but this is not a criticism of anything to do with your writing or anything like that. It's a criticism about, someone said, how come everybody falls in love with Nora? And I'm really sick of everybody falling in love with Nora. And I was like, you know what? I think she actually gives everybody kind of what they need. It seems like she ends up being the one that sort of gives whatever it is that they need at the time, and of course they're going to fall in love with her for that.
Well,
what do you think about that?
First, I would argue that not everybody does fall in love with her. Zach doesn't fall in love with her. He's still in love with his wife the entire time. Michael doesn't fall in love with her. He adores her as a submissive adores a dominant, but he's not in love with her. And Kingsley never falls in love with her. He loves her as, first, he loves her because she's the one who brought Soren back into his life, and then he sees a kindred spirit in her. So, does everyone fall in love with her? First of all, no. But she is also incredibly, ridiculously beautiful. She's smart, she's funny, and she can drink any man under the table. So she's got a lot going for her. That criticism I have heard before. I have never heard it from a male reader. I have only heard it from female readers. Male readers are madly in love with her. They're like, oh my God, this is my perfect woman. She's bisexual. She'll fist a woman and let me watch. She's super kinky. She won't say no to anal. She wants to go drinking. This is my dream girl. So that's the kind of email I get from men. So the three characters, Kingsley, Soren, and Nora, are my unholy trinity. And in the unholy trinity, Nora is the Holy Spirit, or as Soren or I think it's Kingsley or Soren calls her, unholy spirited. And the Holy Spirit is the part of the Trinity that comes inside of us. So God the Father is out there, Jesus was incarnate as a human being, and the Holy Spirit is God in us. So Nora gets under people's skin. She gets to people, she gets to their hearts, and she gets in their hearts. That is the role of her as the Holy Spirit character in the book. And she lets them go. You know, she helps them, she heals them, and she lets them go. But they do have this, for a brief period of time, an intense connection. And that's just her role in the books. And if they don't like that, they don't have to read them. But that's her job. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the only two characters who were significantly in love with her were Wesley and Soren. Daniel hadn't touched a woman in 4 years by the time they met at 7 Day Loan. Griffin had a glorified crush on her that he thought was being in love, but he really didn't have a real romance until Michael. So yeah, those are really the only two that were real romantic love. The rest were kind of disposable, but she served an important role in their lives, and then let them go, and she moved on, and they moved on, and both of them were better off. So that's just the way I like to create this one character. That's just fun for me to write, is her and her magic pussy.